glass roof on our Teslas provide us with a nice open feel on the interior and a lot of natural light. But there may be some climates or instances where you want a little more shade on the interior to keep the heat out. Maybe you're on a long road trip and there's people trying to sleep in the back. It'd be nice to have a little bit more shade for them. So what we have here from Electric Vehicle Advanced Accessory Manufacturers, or EVAAM, should help with this. Let's take a look and see what we've got here. This is a sunshade for the interior. It's packaged in a nice bag with a zipper. Let's see what it is. All right, we have two pieces here. They're labeled nicely. Y front. Y rear. Let's see what it takes to actually put these in place. I think this is going to be better, but there's these edges are spring steel. Kind of reminds me of trying to erect and tear down a tent. I'm hopeful that's not that hard. Let's see. All right, I did have to consult their website for a little how-to. This bigger clip goes between the front half and the back half to support both. These smaller clips go on the individual piece up here to hold it in place. Doesn't really say about spacing, so we're gonna see what it's like, starting with a couple on the sides. So that was actually not bad at all. I was a little hesitant on these clips, but if you put it on the sunshade itself first, and then slide it up in place, it's pretty easy. It doesn't match the interior color perfectly. There's a little bit of sag to it. I mean, it's pretty tight. Not a bad fit. The spring steel does provide a nice tight fit around the edges, so there's not big gaps, and it kind of holds itself in place with that. And then the clips provide a little additional protection. I went with got quite a few clips left over. I went with one on each side basically, and it seems to be holding it pretty well. And they do have a clip for the seam between the two, but it seems held pretty good in place on both sides here, so I don't really see the need for that. Drive around for a while like this, make sure it stays in place, see how I like it. I don't love sun beating down on my head. The stock roof is tinted pretty good, so it's not a huge problem, but it is late summer here, so I'm not opposed to this idea, having less sun on my head. If you're wearing a hat or something like that, it's a non-issue, but without a hat, they do get some glare down in your eyes. So drive around with this thing and see if it stays in place with these clips. And really not that bad of an install Yeah. See if I can get one out, get it back in the bag. That's a big test. There is one more thing in the bag, and this is Blackout Fabric. What's in there now is more of a screen. Yes, more than a screen. But you've got this reflective material really to bounce the heat back out. So it's a radiant barrier, along with providing more of a blackout. So you can put this above the pieces there to provide more light stopping power and heat reduction. I kind of like it with just the fabric that's in there. Cuts down the glare a little bit, but still provides some filtered natural light, so you're not like in a cave. But you do have this option also. It's amazing, I actually did it. All right, I was a little bit worried about that. It's a non-issue. Get this thing back in, see how it is to live with it for a few days. The second try and install was really good. That took 30 seconds or something. I've driven a few days with the sunshade in place and it has not moved. I've actually forgotten about it, so that's the best testament I can say. It's not budged, it's not flopping around, it didn't fall on my head. So it passes that test. Good job, EVAAM. Definitely a good product if you're looking for a sunshade. Product link and coupon code in the description below. Thanks for watching. Adios.